My name is Kay Tabernacle. I'm running for Postgraduate Students Officer. I came to UCL in 2008 as a master's student at the Slade in Fine Art, and I'm now doing my PhD.
Hi everyone, I'm Ayoluwa Olateju, running for the post of a Postgraduate Student Officer of the Union. I am studying prenatal genetics and fetal medicine, and I'm originally from Nigeria. Started my studies 2014 and will be concluding 2015.
I think the postgraduate student officer role is a really important role because the postgraduate students are such a distinct and different group of students within UCL. I believe in a student union that represents students and campaigns for their interests. I care about the student experience. So I think the postgraduate student officer role is a really important role because the postgraduate student experience is so much different from the undergraduate experience.
I am running for this position because of some of the problems that I experienced or I'm still experiencing as a postgraduate student. Most of the times we as postgraduate students cannot be fought for by other people except by postgraduate students, and that's why the position is very important. For example, going to science library to read and then you have to queue up before you get a computer unit or before you get a PC unit is one of the problems that I noticed, and I felt it's very important for us to fight for more spaces, more graduate ops, more PC units, more reading rooms convenient for postgraduate students.
I've been involved in my department for a couple of years. I sat on the library committee. As an academic, I've been involved in lots of different interdisciplinary events at UCL. I'm jointly supervised by the German department. And I've been involved in student campaigning peripherally. So I've stewarded on a couple of demonstrations. I've been involved in the campaigns when the occupation was on. I was slightly involved.
UCLU, I've not been too fully involved in UCLU because someone like me is just stuck in our building, in our Chinese Mills classroom, and that's all we do from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. But most of the other things that I do involves volunteering. For example, volunteering with the Macmillan Cancer Center, which I got to find out about through the UCLU volunteering services. And that's basically what I've been doing. And it's been really difficult because postgraduate student association mails come in as bulk mails, and most times you just keep deleting them without checking whatever they have to say. And that's one of the things I really want to do by bringing postgraduate student association closer to the students, and not just mails, not just correspondences via email.
I think the problems that students face can be divided into the problems due to the general education situation, problems like fees, problems to do with housing, problems to do with cuts to the NHS and to childcare, and all those impact students, especially postgraduates, and especially part-time students, especially mature students, and students with caring responsibilities, students with disabilities. And then I think there are other problems that affect the student experience within UCL, such as, for example, the lack of affordable childcare on campus, just the problems with facilities, so difficulty in finding a printer, finding space to work. Sometimes things are a little bit inflexible if you are a part-time student, for example. It's been a huge improvement now that the libraries are open 24 hours, but so more of those kind of flexibilities need to be brought in to allow students to, survive in what's becoming increasingly difficult, hostile environment for everybody.
Like I said, we need more convenient spaces to study. I gave the example of science library. It's ridiculous that you have to go to the library and then queue up for like 30 minutes or 40 minutes to get a seat to study, to use a PC unit or get somewhere to just study. And one of the things that I plan to do is to lobby and get the university to give us more spaces to recover some of the spaces that were taken from the postgraduate students. Another important thing is the exorbitant tuition fees that we pay. As an international student, for example, I pay quite a lot of money here at UCL, and I'm also given just 2 opportunities to pay everything, which is unfair as far as I'm concerned. Some other universities give you the opportunity to pay in installments and more than twice. And it eases the stress of having to get so much money. Let's say someone paying £30,000. It's easier for you to pay in bits and pieces than to just pay 30,000 or 15,000 all at once. Another thing that is important that I would like to do is to improve the status of UCL university students. For example, they do not take so many students after studying here. We pay ridiculously high tuition fees, and then they do not retain students to work in the university. And looking at the Russell Group Universities ranking for UCL, UCL is the 24th out of the 24 universities that take their students after studying. And that is really terrible, and especially for international students also. It makes post-study immigration really difficult, because if you don't have a job, you can't really get your immigration status upgraded after studying.
Defend education, cut fees, abolish fees, free education, and alongside that, improve the day-to-day experience for students at UCL, all students, and to have a postgraduate association that is inclusive and represents all postgraduate students.
3 important things to change as a postgraduate student officer: more convenient places to study, increased graduate hubs, increased PC units and postgraduate reading rooms. And the second thing is scholarships and funding, more scholarships and funding for postgraduate students, and fair and flexible payment schedules for postgraduate students, and also increasing the networking of postgraduate students through the Postgraduate Student Association.